Ralph Wilson Stadium, the place where the Buffalo Bills call home, will be our site for this excellent matchup between Cleveland and Buffalo. We'll now go to Tom Hammond and Chris Collinsworth for our call. Guys?
Well, the weather will be perfect for today's game. Tom Hammond here. Beside me, as always, Chris Collinsworth. Chris, this looks to be a good one.
We should see both of these teams trying to establish a good balance on offense in this one. Whoever can do that should be able to win this thing.
You always want to have a successful first drive. It really sets the tone for the whole game offensively. Let's see how they do here. The Browns line up with a nickelback. Royal takes off to the right side. Drops back to pass. Rifles it to the right. He's dropped at the 42. That one worked just as they drew it up.
Good pass, good catch, I agree. Sometimes there's really nothing you can do as a defense to stop a well-executed pass play.
Edwards hands it off straight ahead. He fights forward to about the 43. Nowhere to go on the delay. We've got 2nd and 9 here. Ball on the 43. Edwards is in the shotgun. He has 3 receivers split out wide. He's looking to throw. Throws the bullet across the middle. And they get him at the 43-yard line. And this receiver just loves it when the defense is in man coverage.
Yeah, there's no better feeling than when you're coming off the ball and you know it's just you and the guy across from you. That's just good old-fashioned football, but you also know typically when you get man coverage, your quarterback is under pressure.
He tries to spin, and he is dropped. 5-yard gain. That brings up 2nd down. 2nd down and 5 to go. 1 man in the backfield. Buffalo sends a man in motion to the right. Throws on the run. The defender got to him just as he threw the ball.
And even though that one doesn't go down as a sack, that's one of those that the quarterback remembers and probably rushes him just a little bit on the next throw.
And the ref blows this one dead.
Full start offense.
And we'll replay 3rd down.
And the quarterback's thinking, thanks a lot, guys. Now we have some heavy-duty lifting to do.
Back to pass. Looks for a man open. He leaps. It's caught. He gunned that one in there for the 1st down, didn't he?
He really did. And when you watch a guy throw a ball that hard, they don't move their arm any faster. You see him driving off that back leg. That was a pretty pass.
Luke 45. Luke 45. Let's stop the run first. Right, let it down. Watch the ball, watch the ball.
He looks to throw on 1st down. Rifles this one out to the right. Finally make the tackle, and it will be 1st and goal. Excellent pass by the quarterback on that play.
I'm really enjoying watching the timing between this receiver and the quarterback. We're seeing a well-schooled offense now going to work.
He fakes it. Tries for the end zone. Dropped an easy one. Royal was the intended receiver on the play, and it falls incomplete. 2nd and goal situation now. Ball on the 1. They come out with 3 wide receivers. And they use motion. To the end zone. They picked it off. And the defense has to be celebrating after that.
You know, the really top-notch quarterbacks in this league do not turn it over when they get the ball down and the other team's into the field. You have an opportunity at the very least to come away with a field goal. You have to take advantage.
First and 10. Ball on the 20-yard line. The Bills bring in their dime package.
Here we go, boys. 18.
He looks to throw on first down. Passes to his left. He makes a great open field tackle. Not much, just about a yard there.
Really nowhere for the wide receiver to go on that one. I'm not sure if the quarterback realized it was man coverage on that play.
Back to throw. Makes the throw out to his left. Brought down right around the 42-yard line. He shows no hesitation and gets it in there to get the first down.
Yeah, you wouldn't hesitate either if you were standing back there in the pocket. I say the heck with it. Get it out of there fast. Let somebody else handle it for a little while.
Play action. And he caught it. Tackled at the 43-yard line. And a great pass by the quarterback to convert for the first.
And what we're seeing out of this quarterback is a variety of throws. Yes, he has the ability to zip it in there when he needs to, but we've also seen some touch throws, a very complete repertoire.
He drops back to pass, gets the pass out. He's dropped at the 38, just about 5 yards on that completion, so that'll make it second down. One man in the backfield. Little handoff. Brought down right around the 30-yard line. About 7 yards there. It's first and 10. Ball on the 31. The backfield is in the offset I formation. And they motion a guy to the right. He fakes it. And he makes the one-handed grab. And they get him at the 29-yard line. He just couldn't make anything happen after bringing that one in.
And that play is really all about the closing speed on defense. They'll let you have the completion, but then they close quickly and make the play.
Winslow goes in motion. He drops back. Huge pressure by the defense. And it's batted away at the last minute by the defender.
Just when it looked like the quarterback might sneak that one in there, a late pass defense and a good play.
Fakes the run. He throws on the run. Tackled at the 18-yard line. Great time for that type of pass. It worked to perfection.
And that was a nice job by the offensive line, allowing the quarterback enough time to survey the field and find the open guy.
They'll go with the run once again. He's brought down at the 15, a gain of 3 yards.
And that's why you send all those guys to plug up the holes, and that time there were no holes, really, and he was lucky to get anything on the play.
Again with the carry. He gets out to about the 12-yard line. 3 yards there, and so it'll be third down. Offset I formation in the backfield. Winslow goes in motion. They're going to pitch it. And they didn't get it. Got a couple, but will still be short of the marker.
Yeah, and for a minute it looked like he might slip out of there, but the defense got there, the pursuit was all over it, and they made a nice stop.
He's got it. Good kick that time as he puts it right through. And now we'll take a quick look at the drive summary. Booming kick. At the 30. Drilled at the 32-yard line. Quarterback threw a pick on their last drive. Let's see if he's able to shake it off. They come out with a big set. They keep it on the ground with the tailback. Stiff arms, and he's brought down. Picked up about 6 yards that time, and that will bring up second down. Offset I formation in the backfield. They go with the toss. He's tackled at the 38. A pickup of less than a yard, and that makes it third down. One man in the backfield. He needs to get rid of it, and it's completed. Tackled right around the 46-yard line. That pass is good for a first down.
And he had some zip on that one, didn't he? He reared back and threw that one about as hard as he could.
The Bills come out in bunch formation. Lynch gets the call. He makes his way to about the 45. 8-yard gain. That'll bring up second down. Offset I formation in the backfield. Royal in motion. Fakes to the back. Looks down the field. Completed. Brought down behind the line. No gain on that completion. They line up at the 45. Buffalo goes with the ace set here. They hand it off. Cuts back and he's dropped. They're putting together a nice drive here.
Yeah, and that's the second third down conversion of the drive. Defensively, those guys have been trying a lot of different looks and so far unable to come up with the right answer.
On the ground with a tailback. Hit and drop behind the line. The defense seemed to do everything right there.
And you love to see those linebackers playing downhill like that, not just flowing sideline to sideline, but attacking and trying to get in the backfield.
They go with the run. And he just got hammered. So at the most, he gains a few inches.
Not very often in a game does a defender get a clean shot like that on a running back. Typically, the running back didn't see it coming to take that kind of a shot.
Drops back to pass. Goes through his read. He makes another catch. He is hit hard on the play. Nice grab on the play, his second catch of the drive.
Yeah, and I'm going to expect to see a lot more passes to this guy. He's a good receiver. He's talented. He can make the catch and get upfield. But more importantly right now, this defense is creating some opportunities for him to catch the ball.
Gets the punt away. So this one goes into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. The last time they took the field, they were able to come away with 3 points.
Here we go. 18.
They'll throw on first down. Drops the sure pick. The defender got there in time to break that play up.
He did. He was able to get his hands on the ball, but if he had missed that one might have turned into a really big play.
Anderson back to throw. On the run, he throws it. He's dropped at the 47-yard line. A good-looking pass that time.
Speed is what this game's all about. Do you have somebody who can create this kind of offense with his speed? And maybe defensively, do you have anybody out there that has a chance against him?
Gets it off. They tackle him for a loss. Great read there. It looked like the defense knew the counter was coming.
And a lot of times in that situation, they read offensive linemen. And the minute you see those offensive linemen, sometimes even in their stance, sort of sitting back, you know the counter's coming, you can get penetration and make a play in the backfield just like that.
Hands it to the back. And they get him at the 37. This running back just showed off some nice ability there.
Yeah, the offensive line did their job. They created enough of a seam to get him up into the secondary, and then he was able to explode from there.
Little handoff. Brought down at the 33. Lewis gains about 4 yards on the play. It's second down, 6 to go. Cleveland lines up in the offset eye this time. Setting up play action. Short pass to his left. Steps out at the 31. And he just couldn't get it going after making the catch.
Nope, and sometimes as a receiver, the quarterback will make the wrong read and throw it to you anyway, and you give him that look going back to the huddle. You know that look?
Winslow takes off to the right side. Looks to pass. Surveys the field with the catch. He's tackled about the 15-yard line, and it's the tailback with a big catch.
And tailbacks love that. Anytime they can get into the open field, think about that position. You're constantly pounding the ball inside and getting hit by those big linebackers. Now you get out in open space, and you have a chance to make a play.
Again, he'll get the call. The defender gets him to the ground. A pickup of 4. That brings up second down. On the 11 now. They line up in a double tight set. Hayden in motion. He fakes it. He needs to make a decision. Pass completed. It'll be first and goal. He's hitting his marks today, and that last pass gives him 100 yards through the air.
When I spoke to him before the game, he said he had a bit of a virus during the week. Fortunately for his team, it doesn't look like it. Maybe the rest of them need to catch a little case of the flu.
Here's the halfback. And he's drilled at the 1. A yard, maybe 2 on the carry.
Boy, he just took a shot on that one. As a running back, the last thing in the world you want is a short gain and a big hit.
Play fake. The rush gets there, and he goes down. Well, with that sack, they now be faced with a 3rd and long situation. Wright lines up as the single back. Back to pass. Throws it short. Makes the catch. He's brought down at the 4. And for as good of a catch as that was, this offense now has to deal with a 4th down. Set down. The kick is up. Pretty good kick that time, and he drives it home for 3 points. Nice job. The kick is away. From the 5-yard line. Dropped at the 29-yard line. So before the offense hits the field, let's take the time to let you know that our game is brought to you by EA Sports. The Bills come out in the ace formation. Here's the give. He's dropped at about the 31. Lynch gets 3 yards on the carry. We played a quarter. The score is 6-0. Second and 7 situation here. Ball on the 32-yard line.
Swim. Tiger. You fell asleep. Play it.
Pause. And they get him at the 42. They need to come up with a better game plan to stop this guy.
Yeah, you're not kidding. They can't keep giving up those big chunks of yardage like that. If they do, it's going to be awfully tough to stop this offense.
Blue 45. Roger. Zebra.
They'll throw on first down. Struggles to find his target with that one. Reed was the intended receiver, but the pass fell incomplete. From their own 42-yard line. Buffalo comes to the line with 3 wide. Lynch takes the handoff. He's tackled at the 43-yard line. So at the most, he gains a few inches.
As a quarterback, you really want to make that pre-snap read, and it's kind of hard to not see the middle linebacker. He came on the blitz that time, and sometimes you just need to get out of a play like that.
He drops back to pass. Looks for a man open. He throws it. Tipped away. And it'll be 4th down following the pass deflection.
Just terrific play by the defense. They followed the quarterback's eyes, made a quick jump on the ball, and were all over that one.
Mormon will kick it away. And boy, did he get all of this. What a punt. They down it at the 5. And they take the field again, looking to capitalize on their previous drive, which resulted in a field goal. The Browns come out showing 3 wide. On play action. Safety. Not a real good job on that play.
I can't believe they just let that happen. How do you give up a safety in that situation? Unbelievable.
Brought down at the 42. The defense could do no wrong the last time this team had the ball. The Bills go with the I formation. Drops back on first down. Throws while on the run. Brought down at the 31. Pretty good gain right there.
You have so many people on this offense that you have to account for. The tight ends, the wide receivers, the running backs, even the quarterbacks. And now they're throwing to the fullback. That's almost not fair.
He looks to throw on first down. Gets the throw off. Just clanks right off his hand. The pass was deflected and swatted away by the defender.
I think the quarterback may have had to throw that ball a little sooner than he wanted to. The pressure was starting to get there.
Edwards calls for motion left.
Come on, D, let's get off the field now.
Looking to throw. Strong throw to the center of the field. Short pattern results in a completion for the offense.
You know, that's not one of those plays that's a huge gain by any means, but that's really the essence of an offensive game plan. You have to start hitting some of those short intermediate routes, and that begins to open everything else up.
Feeds it to the back. Tackled at the 19-yard line.
Marshawn Lynch has really proven to be one of the top backs in this league. And the thing that I like about him is that he is a tough guy. He gets in there between the tackles, and you can see the fight just come out in him. He does not want to go down. He twists, he spins, he fights for every single yard.
A great defensive effort there.
Did you see how fast that linebacker was on that one? Not only did he recognize it, but when he did recognize it, he had the explosiveness to get there.
Blue 45! Blue 45!
Edwards hands it off. He's tackled at the 15. Lynch gains about 4 yards on the play. That brings up another 3rd down attempt. The defense come out with 5 defensive backs this time. Fakes to the back. Wright catches it. Interception. The defense now has 2 interceptions in the game.
It's amazing how much quicker defensive backs look to me on the field. today than, say, 20, 25 years ago when I played. I think it was 25 years ago. It feels like about 105 years ago. But they have some great athletes out there right now.
They'll start at the 46-yard line. Lynch alone in the backfield. Edwards hands off. Huge hit, and he picked up about 4 on the halfback delay. They line up at the 42. They line up in a one-back set. Back to pass. Short throw to the right. And they get him at the 31. Nice job by the quarterback to hit the tight end for a decent gain.
You know, tight ends may not come up with those real explosive plays down the field all the time, but they sure are a nice target for the quarterback.
They hand it off. He's dropped at the 30. The running back gets about a yard, maybe less. We've got 2nd and 9 here. Nickel package on defense. Dropped behind the line. No one picked up the linebacker, and it cost them.
And when your defensive line can handle their guys up front and not allow the offensive linemen to get down on the linebackers, it really gives those linebackers a chance to look great.
Back to pass. Huge pressure by the defense. Tackled at the 24-yard line. The third down pass got them good yardage, but not quite enough to convert.
Yeah, that was a tough third down situation. They got the good completion, a good gain on the play, but probably asking too much out of the receiver to try and break that many tackles to pick up that first down.
Kick is up, and he got all of this one. Hits the upright, no good. I'd like to see him get another chance in this game. That wasn't his best effort. So the score is still the Bills 4, the Browns 6. Edwards goes in motion to the left. Anderson dropping back. Short throw to the left. Makes the reception. Nice pass and catch on that play that gets them a lot closer.
Yep, and that's really just the way they drew that one up. You take what the defense gives, looking to move the ball efficiently downfield with intermediate passes.
He fakes it. Looks down the field. There for the catch. He's tackled at the 47-yard line. A good play to the tight end that time.
And tight ends are so big that as coverage people, it's tough to figure out how to defend them. If you're on their left side, they throw it to their right side. If you're behind them, they throw it in front. Tight ends are tough to cover.
Short throw. It's completed. Brought down at the 41-yard line. And that one will go for a first.
And really top-notch quarterbacks know how to throw a football in there without leading his receiver into trouble. That was a great throw.
It's the tailback. He's brought down around the 36-yard line. Gain of a handful, and that will bring up 2nd down. Single back formation, 3 wide receivers. And they use motion. Anderson is looking to stay perfect on this drive. Is there for the catch. He gets knocked out of bounds about the 27-yard line. How about that pass?
There's really no better feeling as an offense, especially for the quarterback position, than to take advantage when the defense is trying to blitz you. They're trying to make you nervous, and you just made them pay.
They'll give it off here. Tackled at the 20. Lewis picks up about 7 yards on the run. They'll need about 3 yards here on 2nd down. The backfield is in the offset I formation. Here's the give. He's dropped at the 16-yard line. That was a good effort by the back to pick up the first.
And as a play caller, when you see a successful running play like that, it makes you a little more confident to call it the next time.
Gives to the back. Brought down at the 10. The running back picks up 6 on that play. 10 yards from a score here. The Browns line up in an I formation. Fakes the run. Makes the grab. He's in for the score. This offense has so many different weapons. The fullback takes it into the end zone.
I remember when fullbacks used to look more like offensive guards out there. Now you got guys that can catch it and run it in for the touchdown. What a play.
They come on the field to attempt the extra point. The snap, set down, the kick is up. And we'll take a quick look at the drive summary. The kick is away. He'll return it from the 1. Brought down at the 27. A missed field goal ended their last drive. Let's see if they can put something together. The offense will start at the 27-yard line. From the gun. Edwards set to go to the air. He's under pressure. Pass falls incomplete. Royal was the intended receiver, but they can't complete the pass. They line up in the I formation. He drops back. Throws it. He's there for the catch. And they get him at the 33. Pretty good read on that play to find the open man.
And that's an area where he excels. He works his way through his progressions quickly and doesn't hesitate when he sees a receiver break free in coverage.
Strong throw. Tackled at the 47-yard line. What happened there, Chris?
Well, they got caught in man-to-man coverage on that play, and I couldn't tell if the defender slipped a little bit or not. Maybe he just got beat on the play.
The Bills line up with an offset I backfield.
Blue 45! Blue 45! Rainbow! Watch the ball.
Gives it off. He's tackled at about the 47-yard line, and he picks up about 4. That'll bring up second down. Second down, 6 yards to go. Ball on the 48. Edwards steps to the line of scrimmage. They'll come out in the single back formation. Edwards dropping back. Throws it short. Brought down at the 40. He put something extra on that throw, and it'll keep the chains moving.
And that's really what it takes sometimes, because defenders are so quick out there. If you don't put a little extra pop on it, they can get there.
They'll throw on first down. Throws on the run. Pass is complete. Tackled at the 20-yard line. They pick up solid yardage there.
And I love to watch this wide receiver work. He is so patient with his routes. He gets down low into his cuts, and he really understands what the defense is trying to do to take him away, and he is working them over.
Hey, let's go, baby! Close, open right.
Drops back on first down. He throws on the run. Oh, and he dropped it. Parrish was the intended receiver, but they can't complete the pass. They line up at the 20. There are 3 wide receivers split out. The quarterback in the gun.
Green 88! Green 88!
Lynch gets it on the inside. He's tackled around the 15-yard line. Gain of 5 on the play, and that makes it third down. The Bills come out in the ace formation. Lynch takes it up the middle. Hit hard at the 13. And that will bring up a 4th down.
Well, that's just a big run stop right there. You have a very proud defensive line that was just going to take control of that situation.
He's got it. Solid kick that time, and he puts it right through the uprights, converting for the field goal. He kicks it. Harrison takes it at the 4. Drilled at the 27-yard line. Their last drive ended in a touchdown, and they take the field again, hoping for a similar result. Anderson is under center. Only one in the backfield this time. It's the tailback. He fights forward to about the 29. Lewis comes away with about 2 yards on the counter play. Anderson is lined up under center. 3 wide receivers this time. He's looking to throw. Gets it off. Comes down with it. And they get him at the 48-yard line. You can tell these guys practice that play quite a bit.
Yeah, I can remember hearing stories about old-time players in the NFL that literally they could go out in the pitch black and make throws and catches without really even seeing the ball. That's the kind of timing we're seeing today.
Lewis on the handoff. Finally knocked out of bounds at the 26. And that guy just showed his breakaway speed there.
Pretty impressive stuff. As a back, you have to just keep slamming it in there, believing that hole's going to be there eventually. That time it was, and he took advantage.
1st and 10. Cleveland lines up with 3 receivers.
Here we go, boys. 18. 18.
He's looking to throw. On the run, he throws it. Can't stay in bounds, incomplete pass. The quarterback led the receiver just a little too much.
Yeah, he put a little too much on that pass and forced the receiver to make the catch out of bounds.
Dumps it out right. What a hit! Play fake is good for a couple. From the 24-yard line. The Browns come out in the ace formation. Looking to throw. He'll try the end zone. Broken up. Incomplete pass to bring up 4th down. We're probably looking at a field goal attempt right here.
The one thing you learn pretty early on in the NFL that settling for field goals usually gets you beat.
Kicks it. Got plenty of distance. He's got it. What an excellent kick.
I don't know about you, but I was getting ready to question the coach's decision on that one, giving him an opportunity from that distance. But boy, did he ever make that coach look smart there.
Here's the kick. Parrish fields it at the 7. 2 minutes left in the half. The offense was only able to muster a field goal on their last drive. We'll see what they do with this possession. Drops back to pass. Passes it out. And he catches it. Not a bad pickup that time.
Yeah, the defense came with pressure, but they couldn't quite get to the quarterback, and they paid a price. He got it out of there, picked up a nice gain.
He looks to throw on 1st down. And they drop him for the sack. Good job there by the end to get in there for the sack.
Man, I'm really impressed by that guy out there. You know, you try to single block him, you can't. You try and double team him, You still can't block him. There are some guys in the league that are just too good.
He drops back to pass. Strong throw to his left. Tipped away. The defender was able to get a hand on it.
And really, that came as a result of pretty physical play at the line of scrimmage. They're banging these guys around and not letting them get into their routes.
Royal moves in motion. Looks to pass. Passes to his left. Catch is made. Knocked out around the 37-yard line. Still not quite enough, however. They'll still be facing 4th down. Cribbs is the deep man awaiting the return. Gets his leg into it, and he got a huge punt here. He fields the punt at the 16. He's tackled around the 23-yard line. Decent return there. He'll give his offense pretty good field position.
You know, I like that return. Nothing flashy, but it was really effective. The thing I hate to see are guys that are dancing around back there trying to be a playmaker when they're really not. At least he got up the field, got a few yards. That's what I like to see.
They picked it off. To the 20, to the 10. Touchdown. That was just a great play by the defense, and now they have the momentum.
And that really changes the complexion of this game. First, you're down 2 scores. Now you're down 1 score, and you could just feel the excitement level on that sideline after that play.
And they line up for the extra point. Point after is good. Decent kick. Harrison fields it at the 2. Hit and dropped at the 26-yard line. Once again, we'll take this opportunity to remind you that this game is brought to you by the fine folks at EA Sports. The Browns come out in a shotgun set.
18! 18! 6.
First down, looking to throw. He throws left. And they get him at the 28-yard line. Nice job of shutting down the first down pass.
Yeah, it looked like that time the defense knew exactly what was coming. They were right there from the outset to make that play.
He drops back to pass. Short pass to his left. Brings it in. Knocked out of bounds at the 30. The defense was in great position to stop that play short, bringing up a 3rd down situation.
And when I saw the quarterback drop back that time, I really thought they had something going, but they closed quickly and made a nice play defensively to bring up this 3rd down.
Setting up play action. He's dropped around the 39-yard line. Nice little play there.
Pretty read that time by the quarterback. He knew they were coming with the blitz. He knew where the single coverage was, and he made them pay for it.
On play action. Tipped ball, intercepted. And he scores. What a play. And that was the worst possible place to throw that ball.
Yeah, especially because that guy was playing defense, and that guy not only will pick you off, but he'll put points on the board. What a play.
Here's the point after. Set down. The kick is up. Up and good. The kick is away. He's tackled at the 26-yard line. The quarterback and his receiver were clearly not on the same page last time, and it led to an interception. The Browns with 4 receivers.
White 18! White 18! Come on, go. Other side. Double left, ace left.
Back to pass. He throws right, and it's caught. And he's knocked out at the 34. And you won't see the coaching staff complaining about that.
Yeah, coaching staffs generally don't complain about too much when they have a quarterback that has the leadership qualities and the arm strength and the ability that this guy has.
Drops back, passes over the middle. It just slips out of his hand. Edwards was the intended receiver on the play, and it falls incomplete. Short yardage situation here. They'll need a little less than a yard to convert.
You've won a digital camcorder.
They'll throw for the first. Dumps it out left. There for the reception. And they go to the air to pick up the first.
And that's one of the big differences in the game today. The fact that those third and short situations are basically passing downs now instead of runs.
Drops back on first down with the hard throw out to his left. And they get him right around the 42-yard line. Pretty nice read on that play to find the open man.
Yeah, the two of them really have been working hard, building a rapport in practice, and now you're starting to see some of those results out here on the field.
What can they do to tighten up the protection so he has time back there?
You know, quarterbacks get paid big bucks to put points on the board, make big plays. Well, defensive ends get paid big bucks to keep those quarterbacks from doing it. That time the defensive end got it done.
Stiff arms, and the defender still makes the tackle. And as we head to halftime, our score is the Bills 21, the Browns 16. And here's the kick. Cribbs from the 2. Hit and dropped at the 30. So as the offense heads back onto the field, we'll take this time to remind you that our game is brought to you by EA Sports. If it's in the game, it's in the game. They'll throw on first down. Surveys the field. He couldn't hang on to it. Stallworth wasn't able to bring it in. Incomplete pass on the play. They line up at the 30. One-man backfield. Delayed handoff. He's tackled right around the 36-yard line. Lewis gains 7 yards on that play. They line up in the shotgun, 3 wide. Cleveland uses motion. He's brought down at the 38. What happened there?
When you run the ball in that situation, typically it means you have a little more faith in your offensive line and your running back than you do the quarterback and the receivers. And that time, the offensive line and the running back didn't get it done.
Gets the punt away. Parrish takes it at the 23. Makes a cut, and he will be hit and dropped. What happened to the coverage there, Chris?
Oh, come on. They completely lost containment on that guy. I mean, you just can't let that happen. I'll be honest, they were really lucky they didn't give up a touchdown on that one.
He looks to throw on first down. Brings this one in. Excellent open field tackle. Lynch gains a handful of yards on that reception. They line up at the 43. Buffalo is going with the offset eye backfield. He drops back. He needs to get rid of it. And he caught it. Brought down at about the 47-yard line. Hardy picks up about 5 yards with the catch. Lynch is the single setback. He drops back to pass. Defense is getting pressure, and it's completed. He gets knocked out of bounds at the 36-yard line. Good pickup by the receiver.
And we've always talked about this receiver's big play ability. He may not be the fastest guy in the league, but you can tell he wants the ball in his hands in big situations.
Edwards is looking to stay perfect on this drive. Wright gets his hand on it. An excellent job by the defense of disrupting that last play.
And that was really on the wide receiver. Not much of a route, very little separation, and gave the defense a chance to make that play.
Drops back. Short throw to the left. He's brought down at the 32-yard line. 4-yard gain, so that'll make it third down. Edwards lines up under center. Single set backfield this time.
Watch draw. Keep coming.
Feeds it to the back. He lost yardage on the play. There was no way that defensive end was letting him go by.
Yeah, you could really see the defensive end on that one, controlling his blocker, biding his time, and simply waiting there to make the play.
Gets the punt away. Goes into the end zone for a touchback. So before the offense hits the field, let's take the time to let you know that our game is brought to you by EA Sports. They'll throw on first down. Flips it out short. He'll be brought down behind the line of scrimmage. Loss of a couple on the completed pass.
He just couldn't make anything happen after he brought it in. Good job by the defense.
Lewis alone in the backfield. Brought down around the 19-yard line. A gain of a yard, if anything, on the run. It's third down and 11 to go. Ball on the 19. Buffalo brings in their quarter package, only 3 linemen on the field. Looks to pass. The defense has him surrounded. He's dropped in the open field. Despite the great effort, it will still bring up fourth. Parrish will be the return man. He gets it away. Parrish takes it at the 36. He's dropped at the 42. Seems like the coverage broke down a bit on that one.
I thought they had him pretty well contained on that play, but he did find a small crack in the coverage, got it up the field. They were lucky they got hold of him. He could have broken that one off.
Dumps it out right. It's a fumble. Jones grabs it on the ground. The ball came free, and the defense was right there to scoop it up.
Well, one thing for sure, the ball's not going to stay free on that field for very long. Defensively, they were all over that one.
They'll get the ball here at the 46-yard line. Lewis is the deep back as they line up in the I. They'll throw on first down. The pocket is collapsing. Completed. He's brought down at the 48-yard line. That's a gain of 5.
Yeah, very safe, simple play, hitting the underneath receiver for a solid gain.
The backfield is in the offset I formation. Brought down at about the 45-yard line. Gain of 2, and so it'll be third down. Third down now, needing a couple to convert. Ball on the 46-yard line. Cleveland sends a man in motion. Back to throw. He needs to make a decision, and they got him. And that will be number 4 for the game.
Really impressive performance so far by this defense, and I thought coming in they had a good chance to get pressure. I'm not sure I even anticipated this kind of pressure, though.
Gets it away cleanly. Makes the fair catch. Once again, we'll take this opportunity to remind you that this game is brought to you by the fine folks at EA Sports.
Rolls, rolls, rolls.
They line up in a one-back set.
You fell asleep, play it. 48, touch. Regular. Gotcha. One's a hard count.
Nice play fake. With the catch. He's tackled at the 26-yard line. He made the right read on that pass.
Nice play that time by the quarterback. You know, we talk about progressions and going from one receiver to the next, but this quarterback is doing a great job in the pre-snap read, knowing who the first guy will be and getting him the football.
Zebra.
He gets out to about the 28-yard line. He gains a couple of yards on the carry. The Browns bring in the nickel package.
Come on, D, let's get off the field now. Blue 45. Blue 45. Mike and Blizzard. Here come what? Come on now.
Looking to throw. Defense closing in. Into traffic, and it's picked off. He's brought down at the 38. And just a great interception by the cornerback.
Might want to start thinking about trying to pick on that guy. We've seen all day he has simply been quicker to the spot than the wide receivers coming into his area.
First down now and 10 to go. Ball on the 38-yard line. They give it to the tailback. Brought down at the 35. Lewis gains around 3 yards on the run. They line up at the 35. Anderson lines up under center. They'll line up in single back. They hand it off. He didn't get back to the line. That's what you call a great individual effort.
Yeah, it really just throws you off rhythm to have a play that gains nothing. You know, you're going to get something, 2, 3, 4 yards, and it keeps you in that rhythm. But when a defense makes a play like that, it really throws your offense off.
Drops back. Short pass to his left. And he made a great open field tackle. They complete the pass, but it won't be enough for the first.
Yeah, that's one of those balls that looks good in the stats for the quarterback because he gets a completion, but for this offense, it's going to bring up fourth down. Huge play defensively to make that stop.
Gets the punt away. Into the end zone for a touchback. It'll be interesting to see how this quarterback reacts after throwing an interception on his last drive. Looks to pass. The quarterback is dropped. I have to say they're going to have to protect the quarterback a little better than this, or it's going to be a long game for him.
You got to be kidding me. You can't keep letting your big money quarterback get hit like that. He's going to be out of the game. That's one of those situations the quarterback gets back in the huddle and he starts looking around at the guys like, you want to earn your paycheck today?
The quarterback put that one too far out in front of his receiver, and he couldn't stay inbound.
He tried to make a safe throw there, but the receiver was open. It didn't have to be quite that cautious and just let him out of bounds.
Come on. Hey, let's go. Yo. Woo, woo, woo.
He's looking to throw. Rifles this one out to the left. What a shot! They complete the pass on 3rd and long, but they'll end up short of the marker.
You can see the confidence level of this defense. They know they can make open field tackles, and that's probably one of the great lost arts in the game. The ability to make the tackle in the open field and stop them short of the first down. Good play defensively there.
Mormon kicks it, and man, did he get a leg into this one. They didn't look sharp on their last drive and were forced to punt it away. They line up at the 28.
Left go.
Anderson lines up under center. 3 wide formation.
Watch the ball, watch the ball. Watch the hard count. Let's go.
Little handoff. He's tackled at the 30. A couple of yards there.
And Tom, that was because the defense filled up all the gaps. The back was looking for somewhere to run, but by bringing the run blitz, they took away all the holes and stopped them for a minimal gain.
He's looking to throw. Gets rid of the ball. Threw it right to him, but he can't hang on. What a play by the defender.
And the quarterback really caught a break on that one, that wasn't intercepted.
The Browns come out showing 3 wide.
Let's go. 18. 18. Hey, wide. Watch the run. Watch the run. Let's go.
Anderson looking to throw. Fires it out. Pass completed. And that one will end up just a little bit short, Chris, but still a pretty nice pass.
Nice pass, but it's still 4th down. But if I know this offensive coordinator and this head coach, I'm thinking they may go for it here. They've had a big successful play. Why not take advantage of it with this one?
He gets it away. Makes the fair catch. The offense takes the field, hoping to put something together after their last drive ended in a 3-and-out. Edwards is lined up under center. Single back formation this time.
Let's go. 48. I'm just sitting 48. Hey, I ain't with you. I ain't going to the other side. Tiger.
Tackled at about the 23-yard line. A pickup of 4. That brings up 2nd down.
Let's go, D.
Edwards comes up to the line. 3 wide receivers split out wide.
Let's go, 45.
Tosses it out. And they get him right around the 30-yard line. Toss play gives them just enough for the first.
Sometimes we focus too much on the blocking on the outside, where in reality it's those interior blocks, the cutting off of the inside linebackers, that allows the running back to pick up a nice gain. That time they executed it and picked up the 1st down.
Again with the run. Gains his way to the 40-yard line. Great job of the running back. That's a gain of 9. From their own 40-yard line. The Bills line up in an I formation.
Come on. Right. 48. Bang right. Stay on side.
Lynch gets another carry. He doesn't get back to the line. The offense had a tough time picking up all their blocks on that play.
You know, you can draw up any sort of protection scheme and blocking scheme that you want, but ultimately this game comes down to one big man against another big man, and that time the defense's big men, they won the battle.
On the ground with a tailback. Brought down at the 42. And that 4-yard gain was enough for the 1st down.
I think that defender should have bought a little popcorn if all he's going to do just watch that show.
Edwards comes up to the line. 3 wide receivers split out wide.
Come on, G. 388. 388. Games, 44 press. 44 press. Omaha.
And he's depleted at the 48-yard line. Lynch picks up 5 yards with the carry. Lynch alone in the backfield.
Watch the fake. No, you're good. Tiger. Freeze it. Let's go, fellas. Let's go.
He's tackled around the 50-yard line. A yard, maybe 2 on the carry. They'll line it up again on 3rd down. They come out with a big set. He throws left. He gets knocked out of bounds at the 44-yard line. That was a decent gain there on the pass.
Yeah, no hesitation whatsoever. He hit that back foot, planted, threw the ball, knew exactly what he wanted to do.
Buffalo sends a man in motion to the right. Looking to throw. Gets the pass away. Knocked out around the 39-yard line. 6-yard gain on the play. It's 2nd and 4, and this is the 10th play of the drive. Edwards comes to the line under center. I formation this time. Goes through his read. Makes the catch. Brought down at the 11. The tight end came up with a nice catch that time.
Pretty athletic play for a big guy. I tell you, as a quarterback, you see somebody make a play like that, you want to come back again and again.
The backfield is in the offset I formation.
Blue 45! Blue 45! Black 99 Philly! Come on!
Gives to the back. He's brought down at the 9. 3 yards on the run.
That was a big shot right there. You talk about getting your bell rung. That was the Liberty Bell ringing that time.
48! I got him. New call.
Drops back to pass. With the hard throw out to his right. It'll be 1st and goal. So the completion goes for about 8 yards and a 1st down.
Playing quarterback's just like playing golf. Sometimes you get in a rhythm, and right now this quarterback is getting hot.
They give it to the tailback. And he's hit hard at the 2-yard line. The halfback just couldn't get back to the line of scrimmage, loss of 1.
Boy, a shot like that, not only does it play well on television today, but tomorrow in that defensive film room, it's going to be even better.
48! Come on, D, let's get off the field now.
Scans the field. Makes the reception. He's hammered in the backfield. No gain on that completion.
Oh!
And so with 3 in the books, we're locked in a tight one. Our score, the Bills 21, the Browns 16.
Here we go, team. Run. On the right. Blue 45. Blue 45.
Edwards hands off to the left. He's dropped at the 1. And they get no push for the offensive line.
Oh, yeah, they did. They were all moonwalking on that play. They were pushing. They were just pushing and going backwards.
And he makes it. Good job putting that kick right on target, and it goes through for 3 points. He kicks it. Harrison fields it at the 3. He's tackled at the 33. So as the offense heads back onto the field, we'll take this time to remind you that our game is brought to you by EA Sports. If it's in the game, it's in the game.
Here we go, boys. 18.
First down, looking to throw. Throws left. There for the catch. And they get him around the 46-yard line. Good yardage that time on the pass.
And that was a little hum baby coming out of there from the quarterback. We've all heard about how strong his arm is, and we saw it there.
Anderson with the give. Brought down at the 49-yard line. Around 5 yards on the delayed handoff. Out of the I formation.
Here we go, boys. 18. Double left, face left. Let's go. You got close left.
Sets up the play action. And the fullback is wide open out there. Tackled around the 38-yard line. Nice pass play.
It really was in the 80s that we first started seeing offenses throwing the ball to the fullback. You know, for so many years, those guys were just big blockers.
Come on, rock them down. Come on, y'all, watch those quick out. King's right.
Again with the carry. He's dropped at the 27-yard line. And he got it. That last rush put him over the 100-yard mark.
They haven't been easy yards to pick up, but in a hard-fought game at the end of the day, especially in the second half, you start seeing running plays working a little bit better than maybe what they did in the first half when that defense was fresh and really flying around out there.
It's completed. And they get him at the 23. Not much of a gain at all on that first down completion.
Pretty tough sometimes when a quarterback is looking at his first read, it's not there. The second read is there, but he knows his guy is going to get hit immediately afterwards, and that's what happened there. They took away the first and second read.
Anderson will look to pass. He throws it, and he hasn't missed a pass yet. They'll score. Touchdown. Tight end scored that time and with authority.
If you get those big tight ends moving vertically down the field, they can be really intimidating for defensive backs. Good pitch and catch there.
Big conversion right here. Time is running out, and they need this to tie it up.
Let's go now, let's go. Fighting team. Don't make me run, baby. Ace, stay in your lane. Come on.
Can't get the two-point conversion. Should they have maybe tried to pass it there instead?
After watching that run, I would say yes. Because that sure didn't go anywhere.
Not a bad kick. McGee from the 6. Still pushing. At the 40. He finally goes down at the 42-yard line. That return will set the offense up nicely.
It's just so easy to overlook the importance of good special teams. I can't tell you the difference between having to start drives around your own 20-yard line or inside that versus being out in the middle of the field. The confidence it gives your offense, the confidence it gives your play callers makes all the difference in the world.
It looked as if the offensive line just collapsed on that play.
And it looked like this defensive line just beat them off the snap. Sometimes those guys can time out the quarterback's cadence, and if the quarterback doesn't start changing that snap count, his offensive line is going to really struggle.
Back to throw. Looking for an open man. Wright intercepts it. What a big-time play. I can't believe he hung on to it.
Well, we're going to have to quit using that old cliche about cornerbacks and defensive backs not being able to catch the football. That was some play that time.
Here's the halfback. He's brought down at about the 47-yard line. Lewis picks up about 7 yards there after getting the ball on the draw play. Anderson, 4 receivers lined up here. Anderson drops back, makes the short throw. What a brutal hit. Good job to avoid the rush and get the pass off.
When you're trying to blitz the quarterback, you better have some talented corners on the outside, because as a wideout, just give me 3 or 4 seconds against the blitz, and it is awfully tough to try and cover that.
First down, looking to throw. And he can't hang on to it. Good job by the defender to knock the ball out of there.
And that was a good shot. As a receiver, you've got to know you're going to take some hits. You just have to hold on to that ball.
Cleveland lines up in the offset eye this time.
Here we go, boys. Fighting team. Fighting team. Double left, ace left. Watch the stand left.
Anderson gives it up the middle. He makes his way to about the 28. Lewis gains 8 yards on that play. 3rd down and 2 to go. Ball on the 28. The Bills line up with 6 defensive backs. 3rd and short, and they'll throw for it. Dumps it out left. Brought down at the 23. Wow, that's a nice throw to get them the 1st down.
And this quarterback showing off all the skills now. We've seen the rocket arm in the past, and now a little touch. It looked pretty.
They give it to the tailback. Fumble on the play, and the tackle falls on it. And the defense comes up with a big play there.
Well, the number 1 rule for a halfback is you have to be able to hold on to the football. All the statistics show you turn it over, and you're going to lose.
The halfback with the carry. He's dropped at the 29-yard line. Lynch picks up about 4 yards on the play. From their own 29-yard line. The Bills go with the I formation. Buffalo sends a man in motion to the left. He drops back. Defense is getting pressure. Is there for the catch. And he's hammered at the 34-yard line. And they get 5 yards from that completion.
He'll take plays like that all day long.
Buffalo is going with the offset I backfield. He gets another carry. He gets to about the 44-yard line. Picked up 9 on the play. 1st down now and 10 to go. Ball on the 44. Lynch lines up as the single back. Edwards with the give. He took a shot at the 47-yard line. Lynch gains around 3 yards on the run.
Ouch. You take too many shots like that as a running back, you start peeking around a little bit before you get that football.
Throws while on the run. Incomplete pass. What an effort out there. He just got his hands in there and broke it up.
I love watching the closing speed of this defense. When they see the ball, they go get it.
Swim. That's right, Lucy. 48. 48. I'm trying to get you over there, baby. Hold on. Come on, D, let's get off the field now.
Hands it to the back. And they get him at the 45. They've got it working on 3rd down.
But 3rd down runs are really a statement about an offensive team. They're just saying that I don't think we have to go to any trick plays. I don't think we have to do anything fancy. We're going to line up and let our guys beat your guys.
He looks to throw on 1st down. Throws a bullet. Can't make the catch in traffic. Trying to make something happen, or was that just a bad pass?
Not so much a bad pass as a bad decision. He saw the coverage there, simply had to go to the next receiver. He didn't make the right move.
Little handoff. He got depleted. Just a yard there.
The defense did a nice job there jamming the running back, bringing the outside linebacker on a blitz. Sometimes those outside backers a little more athletic and can really help stop the run.
Gives it off. Brought down at the 42. That play was stuffed from the get-go.
And it's not very often that I get really excited about defensive line play, but that time the guys up front on defense were just overpowering.
Gets it away cleanly. It'll go out at the 20. Not much you can do on the return team there.
Great kick and even better coverage. Boy, it sure makes winning the field position battle a lot easier when you have special teamers like this.
Rockets it out. He's dropped around the 29-yard line. Some smart football by the quarterback on that last play, and he's now up over 300 yards passing for the game. But it's got to be a little frustrating to have the kind of success that he's had and still be on the losing side of the scoreboard. Anderson drops back to pass. Throws right. Makes the grab. Knocked out at the 46-yard line. Great pickup for the first on that one.
And really what makes NFL football so special is the ability of these quarterbacks to throw it and these great receivers to catch it. That's just fun to watch.
Here's a little draw play. He's brought down at the 48-yard line, so the halfback gets 2 yards on the draw. From their own 48-yard line. Cleveland lines up in a double tight set. He's looking to throw. Rockets it. Can't hit him. Edwards was the intended receiver, and he can't bring it in.
Third down.
It's third down now and 8 to go. Ball on their own 48. Nickelback is in on this play. Looking to throw. He throws right. Tackled at the 47-yard line. Not much chance of converting that pass into a first down.
Nah, and that's really what the defense was hoping for there. They settle their defense behind the chains, allow you to catch the ball, come up and make the tackle. Perfectly executed that time by the defense.
Lewis gets the ball left side. Stopped short. They'll start this drive at the 48-yard line. Lynch lines up as the single back. Edwards looking to pass. Throws it. Can't hang on. Hardy was his intended target on that one, but they can't complete the pass. They line up at the 48. The Bills come out showing 3 wide. The halfback with the carry. And they get him right around the 46-yard line. Lynch picks up 5 yards with the carry. The Bills line up with 3 receivers, the quarterback in the shotgun. Here's the give. It appears to be short. That series has to be disappointing for the coaching staff.
Yeah, their poor defense didn't even have time to go over and get a glass of water. All of a sudden, the punter's back on the field, and the defense has to go play again.
Punts it. Goes into the end zone for a touchback. So before the offense hits the field, let's take the time to let you know that our game is brought to you by EA Sports. Sets up the play action. Anderson is going to be sacked for a loss. Everything seemed to work exactly how they drew it up on that one.
I don't think there's any play in football that's prettier than a perfectly executed blitz. If you time out the snap count, if you disguise it, if you don't tip it to the quarterback, you end up with results like that. Big sacks, big plays.
Brought down at the 18-yard line. Around 5 yards on the throw that time. That'll make it third down. They line up at the 18. The Bills bring in their quarter defensive package. Drops back to pass. Looks for a man open. Throws into coverage, and it's intercepted. Tackled at the 20. What an interception by the cornerback.
You know, some of these corners are just freakish athletes right now. Oftentimes, they're the best athletes on the field. Maybe they don't have the skill set, great hands, great moves, whatever, but they are definitely among the fastest in the NFL.
They'll throw on first down with the pass. Defender gets his hand on it. Royal was the intended receiver, and he can't bring it in. Second down, 10 yards to go. Ball on the 20-yard line. Edwards steps to the line of scrimmage. Only one in the backfield this time.
Turbo. Turn over, D. Go.
Edwards drops back. He needs to make a decision, and they get him around the 14-yard line. He delivered a nice throw on that drop back, completing it for a pretty good gain.
You know, there aren't many guys who work any harder than this guy, both in the offseason and during the week of practice. He isn't the most physically gifted quarterback I've ever seen, but you can tell the time he puts in the film room, in the weight room, and he understands the game of football.
Gives it off. He's dropped for a loss. Nothing doing. They stop him for a loss.
And I really like the discipline of this defense. You never see these guys trying to do too much. They control their gaps, and that time there was nowhere to go.
Kick is up. Right down the middle. He makes that one pretty easily and puts it through for 3 points. He kicks it. Dropped at the 28-yard line. On his last drive, the quarterback completed a pass, but to the other team. Throwing another one could be disastrous to this offense.
Let's go. Keep playing. 18. Come on, 18. Let's get off this field, man. Side,
Gives to the back. Hit and dropped behind the line. Tried the run, but there was nothing available.
And if you can make a running back hesitate just a little, that time you could see there really was no hole, and the running back was just fishing for a place to go.
Little handoff. Brought down at the 26-yard line. Gain of about a yard. That'll bring up third down. From their own 26-yard line. One man in the backfield. We have 2 minutes left to play in this game. Pretty obvious passing down here. The offense facing a third and long situation that they need to convert. Looking to throw. Throws on the run. It falls incomplete. Hayden wasn't able to bring it in. Incomplete pass on the play. And it appears that the coach will keep his offense out there. They line up with bunch formation on the left. Drops back. Looks down the field. It's tipped.
Turnover on down.
They'll go to work at the 26-yard line. First down, 10 to go.
Let's go, fellas. Let's go. Come on, B. 48. Let's go. 48. Other side.
Dropped behind the line. Looked for a seam, but he wasn't able to find anything.
And let's give credit to the defense. They had a great push there. They got in the backfield, took control of their own gaps.
Hey, regular. You got that?
He's dropped at the 26-yard line. And a pickup of about 2, and that makes it third down. 2 extra defensive backs out there on this one. Rifles it to the left. He's tackled at the 13. He's put up some nice yardage.
He sure has, but throwing for 300 yards probably isn't quite the same feat it used to be. You know, there's so many rule changes now. The offensive linemen can do a little more holding, use their hands more. Of course, you can't hit the receivers, but it's still a nice landmark.
He's brought down at the 10. 3 yards there.
Very effective call that time by the defensive coordinator, bringing the outside linebacker a terrific way to give your defense some help in stopping the run.
He gets another carry. And he makes it out to about the 8-yard line. A yard, maybe 2 on the carry. The offense 8 yards away from the end zone here. And this should be a kneel down as they just try to kill the clock. They take a knee. 4th down, and the field goal unit is out to try this 27-yarder. And it's good. Not much doubt as he puts that one right through the uprights. The kick is away. Harrison fields it at the 7. And he gets brought down hard. This could very well be the last possession for the offense. They'll need to make something happen here.
Here we go, boys.
1st down, looking to throw. He's dropped. And there's the whistle. Our final score is the Bills 30, the Browns 22.